Alright, so there we go. Hello everyone, welcome to Le Mans again. I really wanted to check the GTEs and the BMW at Sebring, but I assume it's the effect of having a special event and then people only register for the special event and there is almost nobody doing anything else. And then I saw Mitch and Alex registering for this. And David is joining as well. So I thought, well, let's do it. Should be some nice competition. Oops. Wait. One more thing. No, no more things. Well, I plan on stealing some viewers from Michi, or maybe sharing them with Michi. Let's see. I just need to quickly get a good feeling of this car again. Thank you, Ducat. Yeah, I've done this on Friday, and then I thought once is enough. But I did think of maybe trying it again, maybe trying a slightly different strategy. Maybe somehow having a little bit of soft tire during the night, although I don't know how to do that. Either start on soft or take soft at pit stop, or single stint. Yeah, I mean, we were kind of teammates and everything a lot of years ago, many years ago, like 5 or 6. And then everybody went his own direction and then Burst closed down and even Michi and I and David went each into their own direction. But it's still good to be able to meet on track at least like this, and in the chat. Why is this silly OBS switching screens? Anyway, it seems to be all working well. So let's... Wait, I need less fuel. The steering wheel is... Wait, oh dear. Well, it started well. So, the steering wheel is a Porsche, so a Grid Engineering, Porsche 911 GT3 RSR replica, I believe. Yeah, I guess that's all that needs to be said. I think it crashed last time as well. But it was in practice. On Friday, I mean. Yuri, I'm using a Hemo setup. Actually, Not a Hemo setup yet, I have to upload it. Yuri, why don't you race? You have not registered for something in a long time. We've been waiting for you. It will load eventually, right? Just need to wait long enough. Rennsport, of course. Alright, 100% loading, beautiful. Ah, fantastic. The camera is broken. Oh, Timothy joined as well. It's gonna be a huge grid. Went too far? Okay. On the starts, yeah, I just engage pit limiter. I mean, I don't quite understand what's the idea. Like, it seems to be quite similar to ACC, but on ACC pit limiter is like 50 or what, and then the starts are 80. But here it's just like pit limiter speed, so I don't see why anything else than pit limiter would be better. And it's the safest. Hope I can get a second attempt in 10 minutes, so it's gonna be like 8 minutes. Yeah, I should have enough time for the second attempt as well, if it doesn't crash again. Michi White turn to, oh no. Well, Yuri, I mean, I would say it feels quite similar to what RF2 always felt, just that the slip angles are improved from 90 degrees to like 5 degrees or something. It's still, I think it still requires some further fine-tuning to be fully, like, perfect. I mean, the hypercars really behave similar to what the real-life hypercars behave, but sometimes the rear just is able to withstand a little bit too much force. Sometimes it's perfectly fine. I much prefer it after the last update. Before that, it was a bit dull or something, I don't know. Felt like ACC in some aspects. Now there is more rubberness from the tires. Anyway, here we go. Something happened to me, my LEDs here. They max out before they shoot, and I have changed absolutely nothing. Ah, I do have the buttons turn blue at the red line, or just before red line. That's fine. How much slower are the cars? I would say very roughly 2 seconds. Two green sectors, no purples yet. Ah, Timothy in P1. Oh, 24.4 is a good lap. 23s are doable though. Slightly deep into there. Played it a bit safer in the last chicane. Ah, that's P1, okay. Timothy must have messed up last chicanes. But those margins are quite tight at the top. Well, I mean, that's weird because Ferrari is, I think, the best in high speed. Like high speed corners, I mean. So the last sector should be a Ferrari sector. But I think Timothy did sector 1 purple, sector 2 probably as well, and then lost quite a lot. Yes, Dennis, indeed. And thank you, Hyper. Yeah, I quite like how this car handles. Slightly tricky in some places, but it's nice, like, feels like it's got some good ability to eat curbs and produce front grip. And in high speed it's actually quite stable, except into Indianapolis. There I'm always fearing for my life. The only thing I have to be mindful is that weird locking late into the corner. That seems to be a feature of this car, that it's very easy to have a big lockup that's very hard to unlock. What's the light to the right under? Ah, this one. It's grid engineering as well, same company as the steering wheel. I have two grid bros, like one on left, one on right, and one can assign anything on it, like through SimHub. And currently the green dots are for tire temperature that you see. If I lock up, they're gonna go red. but it's mixed up. So this is for the left tire and this side is for right, because I thought, I'm still testing how useful that is, but like if I'm steering into right, then I can see the temperature maybe overheating on this side, but it's a bit too far away from, like when I'm watching there for the apex, this is quite far from there, and if a lockup happens, then lockup would on that tire would be seen on this side. So yeah, I'm still figuring out, and the rest of the lights would be then for slip angle. But again, I don't know, like I don't really look at it much, except that in the very long medium speed corners where one just has to wait and wait for corner to be over, because there is not anything one can do about it. So I had a bit of a slower outlap, which means probably slightly worse tire performance in the turn 1 braking zone, so let's maybe put brake bias a bit to the rear to avoid any lockups. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the dashes have those lights, but I move camera very forward, so I avoid the pillar on the left, and then normally I cannot see the lights in-game. So, the last attempt. Oh no. That was good Tertre Rouge. So all the lost time is back. And now, okay, 2/10 to Andonovski. Should be able to get that time. Ooh, a BMW in P2. Nice. It's a nice car to drive. The BMW. A much better exit. First gear is quite needed into that hairpin, and then the short shift to second works well. Not a great sequence of corners, but still should be enough for pole if I can bring the last corners together. Come on! Yes! Ah, that was a messy exit in the end. I clipped the curb in the last apex and it pulled me to the right so much. And that only happens again just with this car. Other cars don't have that issue. Ah, thank you, Michael. I guess... Where is Michi? Ah, Timothy... Is Timothy... No, he's not improving anymore. Oof, but what a close session. Very close lap times. Michi is struggling a bit with that CDA setup, right? Ah, White is in Cadillac as well. Any other Cadillacs? Nope. iBrim... yeah, I actually... Yeah, it's a very good topic about this haptic feedback and so on. I'm trying as well the Sim 3D rumble motors underneath the pedals. Currently have them turned off because I didn't really optimize them for LMU yet. But eventually I'll play with that. But it's always good to have extra source of feedback if the steering wheel does not give enough, especially for the front tire performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, please start your engine.
So let's load. And I'm not sure what to do with the setup, with the tires, I mean. Thought of maybe starting on soft. Although the strategy that I did last time worked quite well. Just in the night it was a bit tricky. Yeah. Thank you, Der Bayer. Welcome to the stream. And Colin and Bertus. That's such a long waiting time. It's funny, like always before big esports races, when session moves from quali to race, I'm just always like clicking through the setup without any real goal. I'm just clicking car setup and then suspension, aero, and just scrolling through it like 3 times and just messing and wasting time. Yeah, medium is for sure safe. But if you watched the stream on Friday, you would have seen 2 massive lockups in the night because my mediums stopped gripping. And I fear the performance of softs could be quite a lot better in the night. But maybe I do medium soft. Although again in the end, last few laps had very high track temps, like 40 plus, and night has 10 Celsius. Highest ranked race in LMU history, that's a good point. Yeah, we had a bit of a discussion in Discord with the guys about what the track temp does when it's times 10, and it's quite weird. Like, it jumps a little bit and then it grips instantly, like instantly goes like half a second or a second quicker when temps go up enough. Anyway, here we go. Brakes are cold, tires are cold. Looks like everyone survived, and then yellow flag comes on. Everyone cutting the exit there, I saw in the mirror. And I'm trying to be safe, but well, they really needed the tow. So on Friday I started pushing without any lift and coast with target of 11 laps, and David easily went +1, and then I needed to save quite a lot in the end. So I guess I'll just start saving from the start already. It doesn't require much. It's already a cut. Oh, it went off. And was that Antonowski going off as well? I thought both cars behind were suddenly very big in the mirror. I got scared a bit and turned in slightly too early. And they probably were, in fact, a bit late on the brakes. Thank you, Christian, and good morning, Owen. How was your sleep? Congrats on the Spa win. Nice defense. Oi, oi, oi. Where is the rear wanting to go? Hours of sleep, oof. That's not much. I touched the throttle again because I thought I was a bit slow into there, and then I missed the apex. And that's a cut. 0.25, okay, that's fine. Owen, I can easily understand and imagine that. That BMW in P3 is sticking with us. Looks quite fast. Not another cut. I want an updated Delta. I want the scrollable standings so much. I want to check where Mitch and Alex are and so on, but well, I hope they add that functionality as soon as possible. Mitch is 6th, Alex 9th. Thank you. I can imagine the battle for P4 is going to be quite interesting for Michi. Mitch is struggling with the Porsche, with the setup, I see. Someone send Yuri over to him to explain him how to drive it. Oh, I'm losing so much in these chicanes. 26-3. well, not too bad, but not too great. You want my steering wheel? Yeah. So the story goes that when I won it for a prize in January, I instantly wanted to sell it. But then I signed with Rafa. And they wanted me to stream, and I thought, well, if I stream, I need to have something quite beautiful. And now I'm racing here with the Porsche steering wheel, and I'm driving a Cadillac. And I could put a Ferrari logo in on the LCD for even greater fun. It's a good wheel. Like it's... If I bought it, I would have to give, I think, 2,400 euros or something like that. But it's very high quality. Oh, for sure, it's matched with the Porsche 963. I would have to sell it if I signed for some, well, for most of esports teams, to be honest. Most of them have some affiliation with some manufacturer. To be honest, that was pretty decent, or like a pretty good price to give, like very expensive, but at the same time, for the sponsors, they lucked out, because it could easily go into like if I didn't stream more, nobody would see it anymore, or if I sold it to someone who doesn't stream, it would not have been too great for the sponsor, but now I'm streaming quite a lot. So the sponsors of that competition will be quite happy. Meanwhile, I see Timotei got P3. He will be pushing quite a lot now to catch us. Hi Risto, thank you. I did get warm fuzzy feelings a couple of times when watching, but unluckily I missed the start. I was not at home. Yeah, the commentators and the overlay especially, but even everything else, like the racing, the incidents, the lines, the snaps. LMVS just was missing rain, and then it would be well, the most warm, the most fuzzy feeling. Joao, yes. Don't ask me how. I cannot believe myself that I'm still able to do it. I mean, it does help that I have been fairly successful in big esports in the past. But it has been not easy. Like the top esports drivers have like signed for Porsche and stuff, and then it's a bit easier. Or Redline or whatever. But I was with the small private burst esports team, and there was nothing else to do than close it, because it's been difficult times for the past 2 years. But somehow we and Rafa Racing Club found each other, and also Jesper, my old boss from Burst. And we are doing something pretty nice for the future. The fuel is spot on, 7 more laps. But yeah, either way, I'm a better driver than a social media person, but streaming and social media is, well, you cannot not have them. You can win a lot, but there is no exposure and so on, then it's mostly all in vain. So we are trying to build some nice streaming here. I'm trying to be better and better with talking in the corners, even though with this kind of force feedback it's quite difficult, as I'm trying to hold onto the steering wheel quite a lot, let's say in the Porsche curves, and all the bumps and so on coming the way. But it will be eventually a bit better. So, how many hours? Yeah, that's a great question. I think the last time I checked, it was... how much was it? 6,000? But I also have quite a lot of track time in the old RF1. So that's quite a lot of time. Obviously not all of that is on track. But maybe like just having game in the background, having telemetry opened and looking at that, or just sitting in garage and waiting for motivation for an extra quali lap to come. 6 gear is actually quite good from here. Whenever I downshift to 5th I get better power, but then the rear starts complaining. Here we have the first traffic. Unlucky. The first traffic that we have, and he brakes and lifts out of the apex with me right behind him. Feels like a restart of the race now. But what can you do about it? It's people without much experience, so they try their best, and in the best intentions they move away. But that's very unsafe in endurance racing. And then I see that Ferrari, for example, and I was just waiting for him to violently swerve to the right to avoid me. Yeah, I got a good hit from the back and from the front. Too much action for me to read the whole chat. Hello, White Guardist. I can understand that name actually. Good old history, or maybe bad old history. It's not basement. Oh, I guess I could translate that. It's not basement, but it's apartment. Everything else applies. But I can promise you that I was outside more than I raced today, so don't worry about my sun exposure. It's been a nice day. Which monitor do I use? It's Samsung C49HG something. Like not the expensive one, it's 180p. It's been, I mean, it's still expensive like crazy. It was like 750 euros some years ago. But yeah, it's 144 Hz. And about G29, let me first try to get those Porsches. Unlucky positioning, but people behind will have it even worse. Well, 2/10 of breathing room, it's something. So about G29, let me try to remember. We have discussed those. What? Why was that track limit? Did I go beyond the white line on the left? Interesting. You can get same lap times with G29 as with the best DD wheels. But you will have to do ×5 the attempts. I think it's even more about the race because in quali it's mostly just about muscle memory and so on. But in the race, at least in RF2 and LMU and so on, some grinding on that white line that sticks out of the asphalt. On LMU and RF2, in the race, the situation is quite dynamic, and especially like with how the tire model is, you can really adjust like your corner trajectory with the info that you get through FFB. And with G29 that's more difficult. I drove 6 years on DFGT, which is I guess slightly worse than G29. And when I switched from that to T300 RS, I suddenly, I don't know, like the whole driving transformed. Like I was fast before, but and I was not much faster later, but just the results were suddenly much better. Like instantly. After half a lap, it felt like the whole life has changed for the better. And then going through belt drive to direct drive wheel, I mean it's not that big of a change, depending on track and game. But like across bumps or like feeling subtle changes in handling, I think the big deal is that it just follows those bumps better instead of scrubbing a little bit more, because it's not able, like the FFB is not able to move the wheel rim in time. So it's minimally better in that aspect, but it's just easy to push because you have more confidence in the long run. And the plastic is not wearing because there is no plastic. Lucky timing with GT again. And hyperdrives about broadcasting, for sure they would eventually be looking into doing that. But I would say there is just not enough manpower. And like after listening to what Stephen Hood had to say in that interview, like they really reduced studio to the bare minimum. And then there is nobody who can actually stream it from within studio. They will need to hire somebody to do it. And then again, most people watch drivers' streams anyway. I keep driving more on the left side, but actually there is more bottoming. Quite important where you position the car on the straight. I think the road is like made for draining the water, like in real life. Like the white line is at the top and then it falls away from it, and if you drive in the middle you will lose a lot of time. But also this side, like you can just hear a bit more scratching. Yeah, Gasper, indeed. Have you received your hardware already? And Joao, so yeah, like I don't know, like you just, I would not say you have to train 4 times more, but eventually when it comes to lap times, about hot laps at least, it's in the end about luck, because if you, like, you have to over push and find the limit, like just about over the limit, like where that is every lap. And with the direct drive wheel you can more easily recover from being just a little bit above the limit, so you will be up to, like, you will find the limit a bit quicker. And about the pedals, next straight. Yeah, I don't know what exactly to say about load cell. I was actually quite happy with the FGT pedals. And I struggled a lot when having to adjust to stiffer feeling. But eventually I got the muscle memory. And a bit of a funny story from old times. I used Trustmaster T3PA pedals for a long time, with a squash ball stuck behind instead of that weird rubber cone mod that comes with them. And that squash ball mod, it felt almost exactly like what the load cell that I have now from Heusinkveld feels like. The transition was like very smooth, but a couple of times that squash ball burst or like fell out of the place, and then I just lost a second per lap. And the nose is so fast. Maybe he's not saving fuel. Ah, nice Gasper. Gasper, oh no. So hard to change the pronunciation when not speaking the mother language. But yeah, the diapers are, of course, of the utmost importance. So the night is falling, the tires are cooling down, they are still above 80, just about. The temperature is down to 22, so I will have to start looking into moving brake bias. Because the grip will move away from the front. Oh, that downshift from second to first gave some really nice entry balance. Right, 2 more laps. Ah, I keep missing that curb. And I short shifted to third by mistake. I just have a little bit of low speed understeer into the corners. And in the night temperatures, it's not gonna get any easier. No cut, alright. That was close. There was a bit more grip than I expected. Now David is going to go for it. Otherwise... he's using the inside of the white line in the middle. Reasonable. Better P2 than dead. Yeah, Hachemi, it's a nice sim. I just look forward to the time where there are a bit more tracks added, or more variety, or maybe if they actually do some different content apart from like historic content and so on, which they maybe talked or wrote about some time ago. And gosh, but that's nice to hear that you like sleep angle simulators, finally. Hyperdrives, if yeah, I could talk longer about the squash ball mods. I must have used like 5 squash balls within a couple of years. But it's been like the best mod ever. And the cheapest and the least reliable. Ooh, a bit of a wiggle from David. I didn't type it, like... there is like... I'm staying behind here. Like T3PA have like a conical rubber mod attached when you buy them. And I attached that bracket, but instead of the conical mod, like instead of that conical rubber, which is completely useless, I just pushed the squash ball in and remarkably it stayed in place. And maybe during the races I had to adjust it by foot, maybe 1 time or 2 times, just to center it back. And now it's a cut. Oh, it's not, okay, it went away. Right, last lap. On this set of tires, or no, on this fuel tank. Come on, slipstream. Ah, Timothy is gonna get me. Ah, I survived whole stint in P1 except for the last 2 laps. No way to defend. And the guys behind are following, that's good to see. I wonder if any of them will switch to softs. The safest strat is just staying on the mediums. My pace doesn't seem to be the best at this stage. Oh no, they will have opportunity to pass that guy. But I will not. Oh, okay. Just about. Lucky. Box, box, box. Maybe now this is the test of the rotation at the end of the pit stop if you're boxed in. I hope it works properly. But looks like we will have quite a nice slot to box in. Alright. Four constructors on the top 5. 4! Was there some other car? Have not been aware. Okay. Let's go. An MP1, magic. And the nose is changing tires. Yeah, I need to move brake bias to the rear now. So on the nose he's going for the softs. He's single stinting the softs. That will be very intriguing now. I took a bit less of virtual energy, so I have kind of committed to do 11 laps instead of 12. But it's gonna be full push. Oh, Michi. Well, I mean, it would be quite easy to implement unsafe releases. I'm gonna get stuck, and David will be on my rear. Not great. I keep underestimating how big that exit kink actually is. Or rather, how tight it is. There we go. A lot longer brake times. And if I braked more, front right would snap. What about using softs for the last stint, maybe? But I already gained a second and a half. 0.5, was it that much of a cut? Hello, Joao. I felt like I had a bit more grip at Tertre Rouge, the corner before now, but I was not comfortable turning more. Felt like the rear could step out. Good timing with the traffic. I see Timotei has not gained any more time from them. Maybe he had some more traffic. So early on brakes. Have to hit the apex. I don't know, it feels like there is just not enough braking performance. And I don't think the brake temps are that low. Or maybe it's my left foot just saying, no, I will not squeeze the brake more. Indeed, the Ducat, it's very nice. I have adjusted the backlighting of behind my monitor from yesterday, from Friday I mean, so it should be even better contrast-wise. The rear is a bit happy, to be honest. Yes, hyperdrives. Currently, well, across the start-finish line, 110. And going into Indianapolis, it drops a lot. Now it's 130, 132, still not reaching 137, which is my fixed frame rate. There is no more settings to turn down, to be honest. I think I'm actually CPU limited somehow. and it's 380 RTX and 12,600K. And why I say that is because when I'm driving offline with a lot of AI and I turn on time acceleration, it does not go any faster, as if it's struggling to calculate the physics. But then on the other hand, I don't have that CPU slowdowns, so I don't really know. Now, to be honest, I need to go through the player JSON, or like settings JSON. I never went through that in LMU, but I always do it in RF2. I'm so slow through there, I just don't dare going faster. .13.1 track. It will get colder than this. Maybe my chance to pull a gap. Didn't want to cut, but I lack a little bit of front control into the last chicane. Never know it's gonna understeer or oversteer. Oh, finally. Perfect line. Let's see how much David can close in from 7/10. And Donowski has lost some time overtaking White. David is going to get stuck behind him, I think. Just slightly. David is saying bye-bye, I guess. Let's see how much pace I actually have. That curb on the apex just pulls the car so much. Helps with the rotation, but it enters four-wheel drift. I've not get any time to David in sector 3. Thank you, Ducat. I'm trying. I think currently I'm just fearing the inconsistent balance, so maybe I'm a little bit under the limit to be more consistent. Oh, that car had a latency issue. I have to keep the gap to David now. He can go one lap longer than me. Feels like we have exactly the same pace. On Friday it was interesting, it felt like the Porsche was slightly better in the night, but when conditions went hotter, the Cadillac was slightly better. I just have to become braver into Indianapolis. I braked later than comfortable now. And it was alright, but it can easily go the same way as that number 4 Porsche or some other car did in the actual Le Mans. Turn in, a little bit of oversteer, slight correct, and it just instantly snaps into other direction. Yeah, the BOP is very good. Wonder what would happen if we had proper esports, but for now it's spot on. They have hired the correct test drivers. I'm braking too early. David gained 2 tenths just because of that braking zone. It's too much of curb again. I'm getting stuck, and David will be on my rear. Actually, maybe I overestimated the distance. luckily. Lift and coasted a bit too much, but gap is still there. That GT could be painful though. I will have to dive him. Ooh, David. David went around him on the gravel. Wow. A Colin I will change, yes. And I'm too early. And then there is so much grip at the apex that I struggle with too much grip because I'm too early at the curb. Such a scary corner. This rear is not easy. And take what? That was not a cut. Interesting. But David is in my toe again. Good exit. I stayed in third gear and lost some rotation. Timothy's gamble is not paying off at the moment. We will have 4 more laps after this. He will be on the back of our... yeah, he was P2 before, now he will be P3. David is braking later, and he has the Porsche, which is one of the worst on the tires, on the brakes I mean. The Cadillac is normally pretty good on the brakes, but I'm just not confident enough to brake later in these conditions. David had a snap, and I was a bit braver, but still not brave enough. I'm not cutting that apex on the exit enough. But also the lap times are a bit slower, so in the good old RF2 fashion it's a bit more difficult to actually get a cut. That BMW in P4 is holding on remarkably well. Looks like it's a pretty good car. I've not tested it properly yet, so I didn't really know. Yeah, exactly, Colin. I just have the fears. Like every time in RF2 that there was a new car, it was always a bit too quick. I don't really have any experience with racing against Thump, if that's how it's pronounced, in P4. So I don't know what exactly his pace is in same machinery, so cannot really compare. Wow. Ah, he bumped me a bit. I thought I was about to have a huge spin. All is good, I'm alive, tires are fine, car is fine. It's not the kind of corner where you would expect such a snap. This guy is racing in the wet. And my nice gap is gone, well, back to 1.2. Probably he has no... Wait, why was he smoking? It's night time, even if you full close the radiator, you cannot smoke. Maybe he had a tire lockup and he just kept dragging the brake or what? I don't know how to overheat, like it's 15 Celsius, it should not be possible to overheat. But I have not really tested it, so maybe they have adjusted it in such a way that you have to actually run some cooling. Well, but he was still smoking when he was on the road. Is there some simulation of dirty tires? I don't think so. Yeah, Alpine engine. No, that must have been engine smoking. Maybe he was stuck somewhere on some curb and he just fully revved it for some time. Or maybe he was in the pits and he revved it for the whole pit stop. Well, Joao, they said they will put all the 24 content in there, so I hope that's the case. I caught the bump again. Timothy got us 2 seconds. He will probably overtake David. Colin, I don't know. I don't think I have any filters there. Maybe YouTube is maybe doing something weird, I don't know. Eventually I will probably assign the moderator privileges to some people to handle such situations. Michi wants to know, I think it's 41 laps, hyperdrives. Last time it was 41, I believe. Unlucky traffic. Well, the lap times are good. I mean, after half a lap towards the end of the second stint, and I'm still not far from PB. So despite lower grip conditions, it's not too bad. That's very, very nice from him, thank you. got him as well. Those bumps there. No cut, okay, thank you. Oof, okay, now soft or medium? I don't really know, to be honest. Medium worked fine on Friday, but soft maybe slightly faster. Although my worry is the last stint. If it's gonna be a big battle between top 3 or top 4 for the lead, and if I'm gonna be on softs, I'm gonna be dead. So I'll just take mediums. Copy, Dennis, thank you. That cloud appeared out of nowhere in the middle of braking zone on the sky. Ooh, is that a fight between Anonowski and David? Or was that a mistake from David? I'm getting stuck. Happy to be out of this battle, to be honest. Yeah, it's times 10 time acceleration, so it would be nice if using the time acceleration would kind of not accelerate the transition of the day to night and night to day so fast. So maybe if it's times 10 for a 2.4 hours of Le Mans, it could be then maybe just like times 3 sky transition. I don't know how they would do that, to be honest, because it's not just day and then transition sequence and night and transition. It's just like smooth circle across the whole day. I should have worn a darker shirt. I didn't expect that much crazy e-sportiness. Kind of clean track, nice. And here is the sun, again quite high in the sky already. You know what? I don't want to be scared anymore by these snaps, so front air be +1. And what's the track temp? 11. I'm gonna go +1 brake bias. What is that LMP2 doing? I mean, let's see what they say about LMV. I mean, they could do it on GTEs as well. I don't know what kind of contracts they have. But yeah, RF2 never again for them. Too much bad publicity from the past, unfortunately. Don't spin into me. I was looking at him, and just before I passed he had like a bigger wobble to the left. Nice message there in the chat. Joao, they announced it like publicly a couple of times. Or like not announced, but decided. And that has not been the greatest outlap. Thought I would get a bigger margin. David must have underfueled as well. And I guess Andonowski... Where is Andonowski? He's going a lot longer. And he might underfuel as well. Ah, that's gonna be tough. Let's see. Oh, mistake from David. It's so easy to go wide on the brakes on the outlap. I'm not sure where I stand in the GTE versus GT3 debate. ABS and TC and stuff is well, a bit unnecessary sometimes. But then again, real life trend goes towards GT3s, so it's better to be on the GT3 side for the future, I assume. Where is Ndonowski? I again lost so much time in the braking zone. So on Donowski, he's P1. That's... what's he doing then? That's crazy long strategy. 13 laps. I don't quite understand that, to be honest. I can understand 12 laps like Davi did, but... no, what? I must have got confused in the pit sequence at some point. Yeah, I hope he's not doing 25.9s currently, because then I would be in a big trouble. But how did he extend so much? How did I do 24 and now 26? I don't exactly know what you mean. It's a bug. The timing is bugged. Because I didn't... Wait, what? I was P3 and now I'm P4. And it was saying that I'm in pits. What? What's going on there? I don't understand. They did the splash now. Okay. Well, that would explain. Super interesting strategy. Let's see how that goes. I don't have the toggle map. I didn't assign it. I'm not sure if it's there by default. Not good. I put that ARB on the front and now it's still not stable, but it's turning even less. Back to 4. Let's see if that helps a bit. That's the worst situation. I didn't really... I wanted to back out of it as I thought I was too far away. But he thought I'm gonna dive. So he gave me space and then it was just even worse. But that corner is surely not a place to safely overtake anybody. David is struggling in those two corners leading onto this straight again, like on Friday. But he's still close enough. It's 2 to toggle map. Nope. I have ping on 2. Timotei and Siebel, they must be still on the same set of tires. I guess they just took softs for the night and they're still going on it with the splash. Too late on the brakes. But yeah, it would have been PB. Maybe it still is about to be. What's the track time? 19. Well, the grip should be already good in these temps. I'm having a lockup. Maybe I still require a bit rearwards brake bias. Not at 25 yet. Ah, pain. Bigger pain for David though. Went completely off. Thank you, Victor, for the confirmation. Yeah, I'm looking at the gap to Siebel and he's still pulling away, but well, he's on low fuel, so kind of makes sense. That's extreme reaction to a downshift. And yeah, Joao, about rain physics. It's, yeah, I think the system has inbuilt ability to have wet lines working and everything. But they just didn't have time to work on it yet. So there is only visual puddles and so on, and that's extremely annoying. I miss the curb on the kink, and then I lose all the feeling. No, yeah, it's for sure decent. It's just probably a bit too easy to drive on slicks in the wet. And yeah, the racing line evolution is not really working as it should. Or like rubber not gripping up in the wet. So the moment of truth. Imoto is still going. 4 laps. Big gap for 4 laps. Oh, that was a cut. It went green, it went out, and then it reappeared yellow. Thank you, LMU. Well, at least I have some pace advantage over David now. It's like 3 seconds per lap or so. Or 3 to 4 seconds of refueling per lap. So I understand. Yeah, okay. I don't really understand that gap to Andonovski. .5 track temp and the brakes are finally doing something. Well, Colin, there is like a very specific, very narrow window where the slicks become slower than wet, but they are still way too drivable. Just slower. And there is already like a lot of spray behind, but it's still slick time, so it's not fully synchronized to visual. Andonovski is still going. I don't understand this at all. Ferrari magic indeed. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, I'm slowly working towards it. Still a lot of room for improvement, but we're eventually getting there. Joao, I don't know, like I don't think there is anything that can be bugged, but like even him compared to Thump in P2, he gained so much time. Ah, that's why Nico left the server of that stuff. Well, that's an interesting bug for sure. I have not seen it yet on hypercars. Antonovsky finally boxes. Finally a good lap time. But the grip conditions just feel better and better. The rear of this car is a bit tricky. Like into Tertre Rouge, immediately as I turn in, the rear starts to kind of dance a little bit. And then I need to lift out of it, cannot commit fully to the corner. I'm getting stuck monumentally here. No, I'm not. There is a slight chance it could be a 42 lap race. If Antonovsky is going crazy fast in the end and finishes 20 seconds ahead, it could be extra lap. Gap to David is funny. Same as Friday. In the night he was close. And then in the first stint of the day, the gap just started to come towards me. Lap time wise. Again lock up as I turn in. Yeah, the Cadillac is just so sensitive to trail braking. Can so easily lock the inside front. Honey, I'm planning to do that.
keep cutting there. I was so late on the brakes, but it still stopped in time. The track evolution is so fast. Difficult to follow it with ×10 time scale. Yeah. Yes, Rick, I know that. Like, I bought, or like I got, was it, well, 2 years ago now, almost already, that PC, and I thought that 12,600K was overkill. But now, after 2 years, it's barely holding up with LMU, even without OBS running. So, let's see. Got to figure out something. P1 is still going. That's insane. He will do 1 lap. What? Will he change tires? I don't think he will. Porsche at the wrong time. Big send. But it was necessary. Unlucky. Another cut. But I still have quite some room to go. Okay, well, what happens now? So I will have done 34 laps. It will be 7 more. Seven times. What was the usage? 8.5. 3.5. Yeah, 60. Antonovski is 45 behind. Whole pit stop will be 30 plus he'll be 10 seconds ahead. It's gonna be close with extra lap, but I need to... What should I do? I don't think he will make it for extra lap. I don't know. Better safe than sorry, I suppose. And I do have enough margin from David. I don't know what to do. That calculation is wrong about the fuel. I need 69 for 8. I'm not sure. 66, let's go. $27, yeah. Antonovski and Tump. I don't know how to pronounce that. Will get me easily. That's so confusing. I really don't get it. How that strategy went. He will have 10-second gap or so, a bit less. And they have fresh tires, so that BMW is the scariest. Like, that guy went so long. I guess I have to review what actually happened through the race later. I need to ask the guys. First I must concentrate on staying ahead of David. I mean, they are not pulling away from me, even though I had to lift, so maybe they just didn't change the tires again and have third stint. I'm shifting before the red line because I'm getting trolled by the HUD. Like, something changed in my sim hub and I don't know what. The red line is when these buttons light up. and I just keep shifting before. But I don't think it's a huge difference power-wise, to be honest. So David is going 2 laps longer than I. Maybe it's slightly less than 4 seconds, you know. I think right at the red line, or like just before the red line, like last couple of 10 RPMs, power starts dropping potentially. But it's nothing like on the Ferrari where it starts dropping much earlier. That downshift to first works so well, and then short shift to second. Well, still I am kind of in the same place as the cars ahead. How much brake power I use? I think I just use 100% brake pressure. Back to P3. Me GP4. David and I must have missed something very obvious strategy-wise. That's ultra strange. anyway. Was the soft tire in the night that much better or what? Maybe soft first, maybe just three sets of softs or what? Or medium and then double soft in the night? With shorter... No, I don't understand this. Well, medium temp was just like 70s, maybe sometimes slightly touching 80, which is not great. Like, grip was not best, but still it was not bad. I think they must have started on soft or medium and then boxed for softs, and in the night then the soft must be actually very, very good. So they did full stint on new soft and then short on second stint, and now they boxed for new medium or maybe even new soft again for the last laps. Well, in the second stint, Timothy did gain all the time lost by changing the tire compound, but still he was behind. And then I got new softs, and he had also I had new mediums, he had old softs. That third stint must have been crucial. Let's not die here. That's super interesting, and actually that's really interesting to see that the compounds actually work crazy well, and it's very important to be in the correct temperature window. And it's always the most fun to learn that during the race, especially if you're the one on the better side of the strategy. Today I was on the wrong side of the strategy, but still really good to learn and see how things behave. Now they have just new tires and superior grip. I guess David was overtaken by Neil. Yeah, shout out to Denis. Ah, yeah, the 4 different cars. Yeah, Toyota. Oh, was it during the race where I could not remember that there is actually BMW involved. Yeah, 4 different hypercars battling for it. And yeah, I wanted to say Toyota is not far off, or maybe it's not off at all. I have not tried it yet with optimized setups, but it should be competitive. And don't get me wrong, I'm not about to say that Tump in P2 is a slow driver, but because he's doing a good job, but I think BMW is very good for such events. Maybe the best car. Thank you a lot, Hyperdrives. Yeah, I'm still not professional enough to have any monitors opened about the stream numbers, so I have no idea how many viewers I have. Eventually I will sort things out. I'm getting scared about amount of laps. Are we gonna get the extra lap? Nah, we should not. Should be just 3 more after this. Wait, no, 2 more, right? Yeah, 2 more. Ducat, what do you mean in soft mediums? Like different compound on front and rear? Or Andonovsky soft, Tump medium? Low rec. I see. I mean, I'm streaming since, well, I guess it's been more consistently the last 3 months. So I have some more time to go. Soft front, medium rear. I mean, that's possible. So yeah, for sure, 2 more laps to go. So I did overfuel. Not that it would change much anyway. Maybe I lost 2 seconds with it. Just happy that I'm managing to keep the gap to Michi behind on older tires. Yeah, I was wondering, low rec and Ducat, that app. Yeah, you can only see if you have different compounds if you're actually in game in the UI. Like, not on track, but in the watch menu. Other than that, it doesn't really show. I don't know what it shows if you have mixed compounds. I think it just shows what front left is and then assumes that's for every tire. Yeah, we have actually been checking that, like how it works. Was it GT Pro, like that official RF2 championship some years ago, when I wanted to put mediums on the back and softs on the front, but I didn't want to let others know that I'm going to do that. So I was checking what game says, or what the like SimHub app says about tire compound. And I think it was just taking front or front left. That corner has remarkably good rotation in third gear. No need to downshift at all. A tiny pedal, I have heard about it. Yeah, let's see. I'll at some point I need to look into it. Like it's really important to know what tires other people have if you don't have an engineer. And I just keep being in the darkness. Although, well, for LMU online it's really not of any big importance. I need to do something with the setup to make it a bit easier over those rumble strips and to make the front more predictable. It just likes to slip the rear, like it hooks the little bumps a little bit with the front. That anti-cut on the inside of the last corner is deadly, but also the little ones can sometimes just pull the car like crazy. And that's not a problem at all on other cars. It seems to be Cadillac only. Nice catch, Porsche. That was scary, he could easily have turned to me, because it was quite a late launch. Well, only 13.4 seconds to be gained per lap, right? Still doable. Just need to brake a bit later into Indianapolis. David, I'm not on the full setup. I built my own setup. Well, didn't really go crazy into it, but just like I tried to optimize some ride heights and adjust the balance so that it's kind of hitting the curbs well enough and it's good on top speed and it still rotates in high speed and is stable in the long run and so on. I have not tried CDA yet. How long is 1000 kilometers Le Mans, like time-wise? It must be like, what, 6 hours? 7? Oh, I see behind there's gonna be a big fight between Mitch and Alex. 5 to 6. Yeah, of course, it's a lot of straights, so it's quite fast. Yeah, 30 kph top speed difference affects quite a lot. Alex is too far away from Michi. Wonder where is David finishing. And I wonder what the driver ratings will be like. Like there was this Hugo guy who is higher rated than I think, and he DNF'd. Then Michi and David are both higher than I, and they're behind. P1, P2 are going to gain a lot. But yeah, this has been 2.4 hours of Le Mans. I have messed up the strategy, but I have learned a lot. I tried holding a spin, like sometimes on these tires it's a bit too doable to catch a spin in extreme circumstance, but that was not a good presentation of that. So David P6, he lost a lot in the end. He went on softs. Was that a mistake? What, Michi P7? Yeah, I guess I need to check Michi's stream later. Was there an incident? Or maybe I can quickly actually watch, right? Ah. Sorry for the flashing. I forgot that the server gets bugged. Or like the replays get bugged. And it will probably crash my game. Anyone still on track? Ah, yeah, same thing happened last time. It crashed after... And it's still open, right? Still open, but it crashed. Okay, it's closed now. What do you write?